Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
Today in the show, one of the Hollywood Outsiders was about what comedian and dramatic actor Bill Hader is about to do. Now, we know him from the TV show Barry, and we know him from the It movies, and we know him from SNL.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
What's the character that he does on the...
Stefan.
He is so special. Bill Hader, he's just really special. I don't know that there's anyone else like him. He just seems like, your cousin or your brother, and yet so good. He's so believable, So the news being, and I'll just rehash the story for you quickly, is that he is about to, along with HBO, dig into one of the darkest chapters in American history, one of the worst stories to ever happen in American history, with a new series that we're going to get to watch about cult leader Jim Jones and the 1978 Jonestown Massacre. And Sam, during the Hollywood Outsider, you had said, hey, I think I watched a movie about that years ago.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It was like a TV movie.
It was a TV movie. I can't remember who it was that played
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't either. But the reason I bring it up is because true crime is high on the list of successful entertainment in our time today. But I think the true crime that does the best are the documentaries.
Yeah. This is not going to be documentary.
No,
Yeah.
This is the stuff I have a hard time with. I tried to watch. I'll give a documentary. Murphy, you know this. All the episodes. It doesn't matter if it's 14 hours. I will, if I'm interested in knowing all the investigative reporting and the interviews and all the stuff they've discovered now, like that Zodiac killer one.
Mm-hmm.
So
How much time was that?
Well, so we should say this Jim Jones thing was almost 50 years ago. So we should explain what it is, which is it was a cult, religious cult basically, and he convinced everybody to commit suicide by drinking this poisoned Kool-Aid, I guess is really what it was.
Well,
Fruit punch?
some were convinced. Others were forced. With his guards that were around.
Apparently others were injected, is what I've read.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things that have we ever really gotten the full story? And are we about to get it is what's crazy. And so much to know here. They have writers on the project. He's also writing it. And he apparently, Bill Hader, is being eyed to potentially star in it.
So when you say series, it's going to be dramatized?
Yeah.
Or is it, okay.
Written and then acted out based on, actual events and reports and all that. That's different. It's a little bit harder because you're not watching the real Jim Jones. I had that problem with the Menendez brothers thing last year on Netflix. A documentary landed with all new information as of today, and then at the same time, a drama series with actors portraying the brothers and the parents landed, and I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch the dramatic portrayal.
Well, they did that with the OJ trial, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Which show was that did that?
Americans. I don't remember what show did it, but yeah, and
it was one of the
Cuba Gooding
seasons,
Jr. starred as OJ, and that was harder. I couldn't watch that either because I had watched the documentaries. You feel like you're watching the real thing unfold before you with all the answers you are trying to get. Not that you ever fully get answers on crime, but it feels like it's just a harder sell for it to be dramatized.
If you want the real story, there are a couple documentaries out there.
About Jim Jones?
About the whole situation, about his origins, the church in San Francisco, everybody moving to Guyana, I think it was, and how it played out, the congressman who went down there and was shot with the other people. So there are a couple documentaries if you want the real deal.
And they're good documentaries then. You'd recommend?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can stomach it, though, because, even watching
it's hard.
I was in high school when it happened, and I was one of the first events kind of like that made my stomach like, oh, people do
It may
this
have
kind
been
of
your
thing?
first exposure to it. That first time you ever read a true crime novel or watch something like that, you don't ever forget it.
Yeah,
well, you can't comprehend that as a kid because I don't remember what year was that. It was
1978, Jonestown Massacre.
Yeah, I was in elementary school actually in 1978.
Oh yeah.
And so I don't think that when you're at that age, it's just freaky because you don't understand. You're in such an innocent state in your life that it really just freaks you out.
I don't understand it now.
Right.
I don't understand it now. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the things. The reasons you're drawn to true crime. You're trying to get some understanding about something that happens. It has happened in our world. That's hard to believe, and yet there are facts that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Bill Hader.
This will be a perfect example again of a comedian that can just play a part that really. Comedians do such an amazing job with that. Robin Williams, you can name a number of different comedians that when they do serious acting,
it's crazy good.
They're brilliant.
Bill Hader is also in the new It movies, the ones that came out in 2017 and 2018.
He was one of the adult kids.
Yeah, and no laughing there.
Nope.
None at all, even though there's a clown involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of true crime, Becky. I'm really not trying to make you too formal. Becky sent us this. I'm a true crime junkie. I watch documentaries, TV series, Dateline, 2020, Discovery ID, Oxygen, True Crime, on and on.
Wow.
While I realize there are a lot of murders that go unsolved, it amazes me how people think they have the plan for the perfect murder because they usually end up getting caught. That's true. Yes, it can be quick or it can take decades, but they get caught. A funny story around our house is my husband knows about my true crime obsession. One night I had turned to HGTV. He saw it and said, "What's this?" I told him it was HGTV. He said, "Turn that off." I said, "It's either this or murder." He said, "Murder." He said he'd take his chances with murder than risk me finding a home project for him to do.
That's funny.
So cute, Becky. Jump in with us anytime. We do love hearing from you. And tomorrow is Grateful Friday. So you can email us at murphysamandjody.com.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jody podcast.